Good day to you all ALS implementers. I am LEVI M. CORONEL, the Education Program Supervisor in ALS in the Division of Iligan City. I will discuss RPMS, PPST, and IPCRF for ALS teachers in the new normal, and at the end of this session, all ALS implementers are expected to determine the guidelines in the implementation of the school year 2020-2021 RPMS in the time of COVID-19, recognize all available materials on the RPMS PPST, and reflect on the duties and responsibilities of teachers to their learners and the performance expected of them, which needs to be captured in their performance assessment through a more contextualized RPMS. Do you still remember these acronyms? RPMS, PPST, COT, IPCRF, and MOVs. When we say RPMS, we mean Results-Based Performance Management System. PPST, Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. COT, Classroom Observation Tool. IPCRF, Individual Performance Commitment and Review Form. And MOVs, Means of Verifications. For school year 2020-2021, we have these PPST priority indicators, which were identified also as the objectives in the IPCRF. And of these objectives, 7 are classroom observables. These are objectives 1, 5, 7, 2, 3, 4, and 6. The 4 non-classroom observable objectives are objectives 8, 9, 10, and 11. And we have 1 plus factor objective. So all in all, there are 12 identified objectives included in the IPCRF of teachers. So what are these 12 objectives? Objective 1 is applied knowledge of content within and across curriculum teaching areas. Objective 2, ensure the positive use of ICT to facilitate the teaching and learning process. Objective 3, applied a range of teaching strategies to develop critical and creative thinking as well as other higher order thinking skills. Objective 4, established a learner-centered culture by using teaching strategies that respond to their linguistic, cultural, socioeconomic, and religious backgrounds. Objective 5, planned and delivered teaching strategies that are responsive to the special educational needs of learners in difficult circumstances, including geographic isolation, chronic illness, displacement due to armed conflict, urban resettlement or disasters, child abuse, and child labor practices. Objective 6, use strategies for providing timely, accurate, and constructive feedback to improve learner performance. Objective 7, selected, developed, organized, and use appropriate teaching and learning resources, including ICT, to address learning goals. Objective 8, set achievable and appropriate learning outcomes that are aligned with learning competencies. Objective 9, build relationships with parents or guardians and the wider school community to facilitate involvement in the educative process. Objective 10, participated in professional networks to share knowledge and to enhance practice. Objective 11, develop a personal improvement plan based on reflection of one's practice and ongoing professional learning. Objective 12, perform various related works or activities that contribute to the teaching learning process. From the 12 objectives, only objectives 1, 5, and 7 require COT rating sheets as MOVs. And for school year 2020-2021, there are only 2 classroom observations that will be facilitated by the rater or observer. Classroom Observation 1, will be facilitated between January and March 2021, and the second classroom observation should be facilitated between April and May 2021. The question then is, how will classroom observation be facilitated as face-to-face classes are not allowed? There are three alternative class observations identified. Online observation, where observation will be facilitated while the teacher is facilitating synchronous learning. Second is observation of a video lesson for teachers who adopt asynchronous learning. And third is observation of a demonstration teaching, which will be facilitated by the teacher during a LAC session. Demo teaching applies to teachers who adopt pure modular learning. For objectives 2, 3, and 4, any supplementary materials made by the ratee and used in the lesson delivery. Some examples are activity sheets, one lesson from a locally crafted SLM, lesson plan, video lesson, audio lesson, and other learning materials. For Objective 6, evidence that highlights providing accurate and constructive feedback to improve learner performance. Examples are activity sheets with teachers' feedback or performance tasks with teachers' feedback. Objective 8, one lesson plan, a DLP, DLL, WHLP, WLP, WLL. Objective 9, proof of participation for distribution of learning materials to learners, parent, teacher log, stakeholders meeting, and any form of communications to parents. Objective 10, MOVs could be certificate of completion in a course or training, participation in a webinar, or speakership in a webinar. Objective 11, the main MOV is the IPCRF development plan, with support MOV such as reflection, personal notes, certificate of enrollment in graduate studies or post-grad school or online studies. Objective 12, proof of committee involvement, module or learning material writer or validator, participation in RBI, participation as research presenter, and others. For school year 2020-2021, the rater of school-based ALS implementers is a master teacher or head teacher or assistant principal. The approving authority is the principal or school head. The rater of the Community Learning Center-based implementers is the EPSA, and the approving authority is the Chief of CID. All of these things shared to you are indicated in Memorandum DM PHROD 2021-0010 and the Results-Based Performance Management System Updated Manual. Thank you.